The record number of migrants crossing into the U.S. pushing resources to the limit in many American cities. Now hospitals are sounding the alarm, saying they're also overwhelmed, including some far from the border.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Top Blink. I'm thrilled to have you all here as we tackle a topic that's been stirring up debates and concerns across the nation: why the legal immigration system is broken in the U.S. So let's start with the real question. Is the system broken or functioning? Is the legal immigration system in the United States truly serving its purpose? This question is often asked, but seldom answered decisively. As we embark on this exploration, we'll be shedding light on the current state of the legal immigration system in the United States. This system, established with the noble intent of regulating the flow of immigrants into the country, has been frequently under scrutiny. Many perceive it as efficient and functional, while others see it as a complex maze that's difficult to navigate. The truth, as it often does, likely lies somewhere in between these two extremes. The question then arises, is the system broken, or is it functioning just as it's intended to? Are the challenges faced by immigrants inevitable hurdles, or symptoms of a deeper issue? As we delve into this topic, we'll seek answers to these questions and more. Let's dive deeper to understand what might be going wrong. The problem with employment-based immigration. How difficult can it be to legally immigrate to the United States for employment purposes? You may be surprised to learn that the process is far from straightforward. Employment-based immigration is, in fact, a labyrinth of regulations, quotas, and paperwork. Among the most significant hurdles is the H-1B visa program. This non-immigrant visa is often the gateway for foreign professionals seeking employment in specialty occupations. However, the annual cap for these visas is shockingly low. It currently sits at $65,000 for individuals with a bachelor's degree, and $20,000 for those with an advanced degree from a U.S. institution. This cap is not adjusted to meet the demands of the U.S. labor market. As a result, the number of applications often surpasses the available visas within a few days of the application period opening. This creates a lottery system where luck, rather than merit, determines who gets a visa. Then there's the issue of per-country limits. Each country, irrespective of its population size, is subject to the same annual limit for employment-based green cards. This means that a small country like Iceland has the same quota as a populous one like India. As you can imagine, this leads to significant disparities, with applicants from larger countries facing backlogs spanning decades. The result of these restrictive policies? A colossal backlog of employment-based green cards. Over 1 million people are currently waiting in line, a number that continues to grow each year. This backlog not only affects the aspiring immigrants, but also has a ripple effect on U.S. businesses unable to secure the talent they need. The path to employment-based immigration is not just a long one. It's a path filled with uncertainty and frustration. It's a system that often seems to prioritize bureaucracy over the aspirations of individuals and the needs of businesses. As it seems, the path to employment-based immigration is paved with numerous obstacles. A waiting game. What about those hoping to join their families in the U.S.? Is the process any smoother for them? Well, let's dive into the intricacies of family-based immigration. When it comes to family-based immigration, the waiting game is often the hardest part. Imagine the eagerness of wanting to be reunited with your loved ones, only to be met with a bureaucratic maze and a seemingly endless waiting period. The wait times for certain family categories can be astoundingly long. For instance, some siblings of U.S. citizens from countries like Mexico and the Philippines have been waiting for more than 2 decades. Yes, you heard that right, over 20 years. This extended waiting period is largely due to per-country limits. These limits dictate that no single country can account for more than 7% of all green cards issued in a year. This means that high-demand countries like India, China, Mexico, and the Philippines face significantly longer waiting periods. Think of it as a queue at a popular restaurant that only allows a certain number of diners from each city. Even if there are more people from New York than from any other city, the restaurant refuses to let more New Yorkers in until they've served an equal number of guests from other cities. It's an undoubtedly frustrating situation, isn't it? This approach doesn't just result in prolonged separation of families. It also represents a missed opportunity. Each individual waiting for their green card is a potential contributor to the U.S. economy and society. Their skills, talents, and cultural experiences could be enriching our communities, but instead, they are left hanging in the balance. The family-based immigration system is not just a series of procedures and regulations, it's about the lives of real people. It's about families longing for reunification, individuals yearning for a better life, and a country that could be benefiting from their contributions. Clearly, the waiting game in family-based immigration is a daunting one. The constraints on legalizing unauthorized immigrants.
As of 2017, there were an estimated 10.5 million illegal immigrants living in the U.S., so there is a high demand for a more consistent path to citizenship.
Is there a viable pathway for unauthorized immigrants to legalize their status? This is a question that resonates deeply with millions around the globe. The reality, however, is often disheartening. As per the data from the Cato Institute, the options for unauthorized immigrants to legalize their status are alarmingly limited. One of the major hurdles they face are the 3- and 10-year bars. These bars prohibit immigrants who have stayed in the country illegally for more than 6 months, but less than a year from returning for 3 years. For those who have stayed illegally for more than a year, the bar extends to 10 years. This implies that even if an immigrant has a qualifying family relationship or a potential employer, they cannot adjust their status without leaving the country and facing these bars. These constraints create a catch-22 situation. Leaving the country to apply for a visa means triggering the bars, while staying means continuing to live in the shadows. The current system thus leaves unauthorized immigrants in a state of limbo, without a clear path towards legalization. Without more practical options, the road to legalization remains a distant dream for many unauthorized immigrants. So, what's the verdict on the legal immigration system? As we've seen, there are numerous issues plaguing the current structure. Employment-based immigration, for instance, is hampered by a restrictive quota system, making it a challenge for skilled workers to legally enter and stay in the country. Moreover, the wait times for legal immigration are not just long, they're staggeringly long. Some individuals are left in limbo for years, even decades, due to backlogs and administrative bottlenecks. This waiting game is not only inefficient but also inhumane. And let's not forget about the constraints on legalizing unauthorized immigrants. The path to legality is often filled with roadblocks, leaving many stuck in the shadows, unable to fully contribute to the society they call home. In a nutshell, the system is indeed broken. It's riddled with inefficiencies, limitations, and injustices. It's evident that the current legal immigration system is in need of significant reform. It's time to rethink and reshape our policies for a more efficient and fair immigration process. Thank you for joining us on this journey to understand why the legal immigration system is broken in the U.S. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to TopLink for more insightful content on the issues shaping our world. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep seeking the truth. This is TopLink, signing off.